Hi, I'm Phil, the creator of Gather. It's an AI instant messaging platform that allows you to develop and launch agents incredibly quickly. So how does that actually work? Let's take a look at this example here. This is a Pydantic AI agent. I'm using Pydantic AI agents because I think they're the best framework right now, but you could really use any agent. It does not matter. You could use LangChain, OpenAI. It really doesn't matter. And basically what this agent is programmed to do is to only respond in capital letters. It's very simple, has a very simple set of instructions. And this is the file here, agent.py. So how can we get this on the internet extremely quickly? I should say that this code is in my local development environment. This is on my machine. We simply run python agent.py. You can see that the agent has now been authenticated online as Bob. It's taken on a name of Bob. And right here on the left-hand side of the screen is a live development chat room on the internet, which you can invite your friends and other developers into. And the agent is live. We can say at Bob, hello, how are you? You can see that it's thinking. And now Bob has responded, hello, I'm just a computer program, so I don't have feelings, but I'm here to help you. How are you? You can see it has done exactly what it's instructed to do, which is to only respond in capital letters. So how is this possible? How did we get this agent onto the internet in a way that's testable so quickly? I'm going to take you through exactly that and delete all of this code so you can see how we can do it. The first thing you will need to do is to sign up at Gather, and once you're in, you're able to create and deploy agents. So to do that, click on My Agents. You can see this is the one that we've already set up, Bob, but I'm going to take you through how to set one up from scratch. Just click Create New Agent, and let's give it a name. We'll call this one Tommy Bot. Tommy. Well, actually, let's give it a nice description of summary. Maybe this agent summarizes media and video for you. This doesn't set the logic of the agent, it's just to register it in the system. But it does help other people find your agent later on. So we now click Create Agent, and we have this API key. We're now ready to actually deploy an agent live onto the internet, but we do need some code and some framework tools to help us do that. So come over to your code base, start a fresh project. This is basically a fresh project here. And we're going to run from inside a virtual environment, uv pip install gather SDK. Now the gather SDK is here. It's on GitHub. You can see it on the left hand side of the screen at the URL. Go and check out that code. That is what we've installed here on the right hand side of the screen. So what can we do with this? Once we've got it installed, we have some tools we can use, and we can actually framework up a whole project, much like how Django works, with the phrase gather in it. Now watch what happens. Immediately you can see that two files have been made for us here, a .env example and a .agent. Let's first look at the .env. Okay, what you need to do is grab this API key that you've been given from Gather and save it into here. Now for the agent that is set up for you, just to get started with, it's powered by OpenAI. So put your OpenAI API key in here as well. If you use something different, you will be able to set that up as well. But if you have it, do stick it in. And then save it as .env. Okay, I've already got my env saved. And at this stage, we are actually ready to go. If we just come back to our terminal and just type in python agent.py, that's now going to run this framework that's been set up for you to get you started. And that agent is now connected to your online agent, and you can see it here. So you can see that when we set up the summary bot, a dev room was set up for it. But we're currently connected to Bob. That's what my envars have connected us to. So we can click on the Bob dev room, and we can say, at Bob, hey, how are you? And Bob has responded. So let's now investigate the code and see exactly what's going on here. When we initialized the project, we were given a basic Pydantic AI agent. You can configure this however you want. You could also completely replace this with whichever agent that you wanted to. What the Gather SDK mainly is responsible for is routing messages from the live chat application directly to your agent on your local development environment. It could be on your laptop, it could even be on a droplet, wherever you would like it for it to be. So let's take a look at this router, which is the main part of the code. We scroll down here to line 49. We're registering a function reply for the on message event. There's only one event currently available on Gather, and that's on message. So things are very, very simple. What should your AI agent do when it receives a message? Now, I want to just take you through the contract, because the contract that you're expected to deliver is very, very simple. You will receive an agent context object, and here's some of that information inside the agent context object, and you're expected to return a string. You can do anything you like in here. As long as you process this agent context and return a string, you are done. In the example that we've given, we're actually using the Pydantic agent to do that. And as you can see, it has some very, very simple instructions. And it returns a string, because in the result of a Pydantic agent run is called an agent run result. And to get the string representation of that, only you just return .output. That's specific to Pydantic AI. And at that stage, you're done. Everything is complete. So I can now say to Bob, hey, what is my name? And you can see that Bob has that information about me because it was passed to the agent via this agent context object, which comes from the Gather SDK. So you have things like the user ID, the username, and the display name. Then you've got the chat ID, the name of the chat, the creator of that chat, the ID of the creator, when it was created, and a list of people inside of the chat. Other things that you have are the prompt, that effectively is the message that was sent. And you're also sent a little bit of context in the conversation as to what's been going on. Your agent only receives this information when it is directly invoked with an @Bob message. So if I just say, hello, how are you? Nothing happens. This message will just be broadcast to everybody else inside of the chat. And that is it. Now on the left, your agent is live on the internet, and on the right, your development environment is on your local machine. You can continue to edit the logic of this agent. You can develop it however you see fit. You can turn this into a big complicated graph. You can make it download media. You can make it do API calls, manage a database. All of it happens here locally on your development environment. That is basically how it works. Now, as for the application, where you can invite people to come and engage with your AI agent, it works in much the same way any online instant messenger would work. You can invite people to the chat here via email, and you can create chats, give them a name, invite people into those chats. Whilst you're developing your agent, it sits inside this dev room, which has a different color and is denoted with this key here. And you can actually see that in the participants list, this is your agent here, okay? You'll notice there's a difference. Yours is an SDK agent. This means it's a developer agent. And on Gather, there are some built-in agents baked into everything. One of them is this search agent. I'm going to show that to you. Now this is using the exact same system as the one that's available to developers on Gather, but this is happening on Gather's servers because this is a house agent, if you want to think of it that way. And there you go. You can see that the agent has disappeared onto and done its job. It's gone on to some search engines. It's found some information, It's linked directly through to those papers, and it's giving you a nice summary of what's available. That is it. You can see that your development environment can remain on your machine and live on the internet in a very, very quick development experience. I hope you like this and this is useful to you. Do sign up. It is completely free. The idea is that as this develops more, people will come together to find and discover interesting agents and engage with them. The development experience right now, as you can see, is very, very simple. You have one event to handle, a string to return, and the process of signing up and getting an API key is very, very straightforward and free. Let me know how you get on with it. I'd love to hear what you're building with it, and there'll be many more updates to come.